Six figures, six pack, 6 inches. What's first, second, third, fourth on your list?
6 foot. I'm really tall.
We're trying to make some NBA babies out
Yeah. Then I'd go with the 6 figures. I'm kind of torn on the last two. I'd put the last two together.
You don't have to have no six pack to me. I'm skinny enough. Okay. The money, the height, the weight.
6 figures, 6 inches.
6 foot,
6 foot, and then the 6
and then the 6 pack.
6 foot plus. Can always get abs. I can always get money.
6 inches. No, I'm just kidding.
6 pack is probably the least important.
All right.
6 figures is probably number 1.
6 figures.
6 inches is next to that. Yeah, 6 foot would be the third.
You want a rich guy who's packing.
Yeah.
6 foot.
But most people are lazy, and they're looking for an easy way. They're looking for a shortcut to be successful. But if you do something repeatedly over and over, you develop a habit. So most people are in the habit of looking for easy ways to get the things they want. And they're surrounded by people who think the same way. You know, as much as 95% of your thinking is determined by the people that you associate with on a regular basis. If you associate with people who don't work hard, don't learn, socialize after work, then you become like them. You think like them, you talk like them, you dress like them, you marry them. So you're married to someone who also has no ambition.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Kashir podcast, where here we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, the one and only Austin Creed. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, today we're talking about an important topic. And it's something that most people don't talk about, or you might see it when you're scrolling through your Instagram timeline, or you might watch an inspirational video like maybe the second one I showed you on the show today. But you don't fully retain the information. You don't fully appreciate what it is you just heard. So here's what we're going to do today on the show. I'm going to run you through a little bit of my own life. I'm going to ask you to share your story. Let me ask you something. If you are a person, man, woman, alien, child, I don't care who you are. If you are someone who has gone from the bottom, worked your way to the top, like Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here, I want you to leave your story in the comment section, because after this video is over, you can go over to my Twitter page at Sheep Get Sheared. I'm going to post this question. I'm going to say, have you made it from rags to riches? Because I think it's important for people to hear your story, and not the part where they see you with the Lambo and the pretty women and the trip to the Bahamas. No, I want you to tell your story about how you were breaking your back, how you started at the bottom with nothing, well, nothing but an idea, and you drove that idea for 5 years, 10 years, 50 years to get where you are now, and you earned every penny you have because you risked, you gained, you lost, you won, everything and extra. But here's the problem. Young guys today, including me when I was younger, before I really got turned on to this reality, and I went into the military, and I started at the bottom and I had nothing, and I learned how it works. My friends, when you look at the world today, you look on Instagram, you look at your parents if you're a little bit wealthier, you see people at the top when they've made it. You don't see the hard work. You don't see the sacrifices. You don't see them putting in those hard, long, painful, excruciating hours. You don't see that, do you? No, you don't. You see them with the Lambo. You see them driving the fancy car, having the pretty girlfriend, making a lot of money, making good videos, whatever it is that you see them when they're winning. Not when they were losing or when they were grinding. You didn't see that, did you? No, you didn't. My friends, that's the whole point of the show today. Because let me tell you something. Most people today, they're not putting in that work. 80% of people are lazy as hell. Why do I say that? Because most people make excuses. Oh, it was racism, I'm not getting ahead. Oh, it's the economy, I'm not getting ahead. No, it's those dang elites that taking all the money, man. It's not fair. Oh, my parents are poor and they didn't give me a good education, so I have nowhere to go. Those are the excuses I'm talking about. Now look, there are some people who have it easier than other people. That's just life. Get over it. Because guess what? No one cares about that. The only one who cares about that is you. And the only one that's holding back, coincidentally, is you. So guess what? Are you going to sit there and you're going to whine and cry and complain like everybody else? Or are you going to get to work? You're going to get up. You're going to wake up early. You're going to put in that work. Are you going to become who you want to become? Let me tell you something. You're not going to wake up. You're not going to go to sleep being fat, ugly, lazy, and poor, and wake up the next morning and be chiseled, rich, successful, and happy. Not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. Because you need to develop the mindset first. And once you do that, my friends, you will then, everything else will come to you by law of attraction, because you will have those things, you will chase those things subconsciously. And then they will come to you. Look, I get it. You're probably listening to the show right now and you're thinking to yourself, Austin, this is ridiculous. You're sounding like all those life coaches on TikTok and YouTube. Are you one of those guys? Are you just going to sit here and tell me, oh yeah, just work hard and everything will just be a gravy train and everything will work out? No, I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you is you need to find a reason to get up in the morning every day. You need to ask yourself, do you actually have what it takes to be successful? Everybody sees guys like Andrew Tate or who are other examples that I can think of? You got the Tate brothers. You got other guys on Instagram or on TikTok, on YouTube. You got these people that make big bucks. They have the pretty women, the nice car, the nice house. They're smoking the cigars. They got it all, right? And you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, I want that too. Yeah, that sounds great. How do I do that? Well, let me ask you something. It's not sitting on your fat behind and doing nothing. That's what it's not. My friends, if you want to level up in life, there is one thing that you really need to do. And no, it's not investing. That comes much, much later. First thing you got to do is decide you're not going to be who you are right now. That's the first thing you do, is you decide, I will not be overweight. I will not be lazy. I will not make excuses. I will take responsibility for where I am right now. That is the first thing you do, is you take responsibility. Because everybody and their grandma will tell you, oh, you're a victim of racism. Oh, you're a victim of the receding middle class. Oh, you're a victim of hiking interest rates. Oh, you're a victim of this privilege and that privilege and this thing and that thing. All of that does not matter. You know what matters? What you can control. You know what you can control? You. That's what you can control. I want to share something with you. Let me bring it up real quick, because there was a tweet that I saw today that I thought was fantastic, and I want to share it. Here it is. Shout out to Ryan. Is that Mitcheller? Hopefully I pronounced that right. I want to read you this tweet that I saw. He says, that's because 80% of Americans are fat, lazy, and don't want to do anything about it. So rather than improve, they ask others to come down to their level. And he's quoting this article by this article by Big Thing that says about 80% of Americans say that a, quote, dad bod indicates that a man who's comfortable in his own skin. Comfortable is synonym for lazy in today's culture, by the way. Those of you who didn't know, comfortable is a synonym for lazy. Look, I'm not telling you that you need to be, like, let me reshare the screen. I'm not telling you need to look like this guy who's chiseled and really in great shape. If you want to do that, I would encourage you to do it. But you don't need to look like Chris Bumstead or look like these dudes on Instagram or on the Mr. Olympia stage. That is something, that's a symptom of success. You need to work on your mindset. You need to get some dang discipline in your life. Let me tell you something. If you're overweight, you are working a minimum wage job, and you're doing nothing with your life, if you're waking up late, if you're always drinking alcohol or smoking weed or whatever, doing lines of coca, if you're doing stuff like that, meanwhile you're working a dead-end job, you're surrounded by people who are also bums and doing nothing and lazy, you're not going to go anywhere. You want to know what you need to do? You need to start waking up early. You need to start eating a good diet. Stop eating the fast food, direct garbage and donuts. You need to go out there and you need to exercise, get your cardiovascular health up, You need to care about yourself and your own future. Because let me tell you something. If you're waiting for someone to come along and tell you, yes, you're so amazing, and I believe in you, and blah, blah, you're not even going to accept that. Because if you think of yourself as being no good, not worth it, even if someone came up to you and told you you were the best thing since sliced bread and the man who invented the wheel, you won't believe it. You'll be like, yeah, whatever. What do you want, money? That's what you're going to be thinking. You're not going to be thinking about how, oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, you better believe it. I'm the best. Yeah. Okay, let me tell you a little story. In the earlier days of this show, I would talk about how this is the best educational show on YouTube, and I think it is. Because I'm talking about things that people won't talk about, or in ways that people need to hear, and that they wish their father told them, but he didn't because he was weak. And then people were like, oh, this Austin, he a narcissist. What does he mean he's the best? How dare he say that? And I was like, yeah, I'm a narcissist. Yeah, so what? Anybody who cares about themselves and their future, I'm not saying you need to be a narcissist. You can if you want. But you need to... Can you believe this? To people who don't care about themselves, caring about yourself is being narcissistic. You ever notice that, especially, like, I played the clip at the beginning of the show about the women asking what they want, you know, the 3 6s or the 4 6s, the 6 feet, 6 inches, down below, and, what is it, 6-pack abs, and, what's the last one? Oh, and 6-figure income. My friends, women are inherently attracted to successful men. And so let me tell you something, gentlemen, if you are looking for a partner, or you want to get dating, or you want to get hoes, let me tell you something. The hoes are chasing the dudes who are at the top. The hoes are chasing the dudes who have already made it. If you want a good wife, she's trying to get with a dude who's going to be at the top. Not that I recommend marriage to anybody, by the way. I honestly don't. But, my friends, you need to become the best. Because if you don't believe you can do it, it's a fool's errand. You need to really want to succeed. You need to really want something out of life, for God's sakes. I mean, what are you living your life for? You living your life to be a hedonist, chase happiness, get pleasure? They're the most unhappy people on the planet, talking about how depressed they are all the time unless they're high or drunk or getting sex. Do you want to live that way? I don't want you to live that way. I also don't want you to be like, oh, I'm so disenfranchised. The whole government's against me and the life's not fair and blah, blah, blah. I'm depressed. Look, everybody's going to have their peaks and their valleys. But for God's sakes, you need to actually want something out of your life. What do you want? What is it you want out of your life? What is it you want right now? Do you want a new car? Do you want a house? Do you want a hot girlfriend? What do you want? Because if you don't want anything, you can't get mad when you don't get it. Does that make sense? So if you're part of the 80% that's lazy, that's fat, that's not doing anything, then don't get mad at me by telling you that you're lazy and you're fat and you're not motivated. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself for being that way and not taking responsibility for being where you are. Because as soon as you take responsibility, you can then accept where you are and assume control of your life, so then you can do something about it. Because the excuses are holding you back. The excuses are robbing you and exacerbating the problem. Don't make excuses. Excuses are for weak people. Are you a weak person? Are you a weak person? I hope not. But if you're making excuses, you are. Weak people make excuses. Strong people give reasons as to why they're not where they are, and they do something about it. You need to assume control of your emotions, your trajectory in life, and your mindset. Because the sooner you do that, the sooner you'll change your life for the better, my friends. If you have a rags to riches story, or if you're in Marine mode or monk mode and you're on the grind, let me know. Let people in the comments know. Go over to my Twitter and let people know about your story. That they're not alone in wanting to level up and not be what they are right now. Because I'm always moving forward and I want you to come with me. My friends, Time waits for no one. What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to sit around blaming other people, or are you going to do something? That's for you to decide. I can't help. I can only lead a horse to water. I can't make him drink. I want to help you, but you need to want to help yourself even more, because this is your life. What are you going to do with it? My friends, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. We're out of here. Enjoy your day. Peace.